House Speaker Nancy Pelosi now pushing to vote on President Biden's spending bill and the infrastructure bill as soon as tomorrow. Joining me right now is Ohio Congressman, Financial Services Committee member Warren Davidson. Congressman, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Can you give us an update on where this stands? Do you see that there's any change in the agreement in terms of what's in this bill? I know that there's a big focus on what's going on in Virginia, and I'm wondering if this is about changing the conversation.
Yeah, good morning, Maria. I think you're right. They're anxious to change the conversation and, frankly, change the framing of this. For, Pelosi, really, she got this down the wrong track. Joe Biden started out talking about a bipartisan infrastructure deal. And at the signing ceremony, Nancy Pelosi sent the clear signal. Let's be clear, we're not going to do this unless we get the Bernie Sanders agenda. And that's why you see Bernie Sanders out there campaigning for it. It is a big chunk of his agenda, even in the repackaged version that they're trying to get a deal on. And so, frankly, unless they cut the deal for the Bernie agenda, progressives, some self-described democratic socialists say they're not going to give the votes for the infrastructure package. And that's why I think it's so incredibly important that my Republican colleagues stay off of this infrastructure bill. Democrats need to deliver those votes on their own because it is a package deal. No matter how they spin it in the media, it is as Joe Biden closed the deal, saying he doesn't care whether it's 6 minutes, 6 days, or 6 weeks. He wants both bills on his desk.
Yeah, but, you talk about this infrastructure bill. What is it? It's 11% infrastructure. So I also questioned why 19 of your colleagues in the GOP actually voted for this infrastructure bill. There's not a dime in it for border security. There's not a dime in it for defense, the Department of Defense, as our adversaries are rising. And, of course, the president canceled all the border wall construction.
You're spot on, Maria. It is a horrible infrastructure bill. Frankly, it's a down payment on the Green New Deal. And I'm disappointed that 19 senators voted on it, but at least they could say they thought maybe they were going to do something in a bipartisan way. In the House, there's still 12 to 20 Republicans that say they want to support this bill, and they need to be clear. Don't deliver these votes. This is just delivering a poison pill. A, it's a bad infrastructure bill. B, it fails on math. And C, it delivers Bernie Sanders' agenda. None of this is good. We should not do anything to change the momentum Democrats have built, which is a downward trend. And we need to keep building on that so we can put Republicans back in charge in 2022.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's got $555 billion in climate items in this reconciliation package, and he can't get much agreement from our partners across the world on climate during his Glasgow summit. China did not show up. Russia did not show up. He said he's disappointed that they didn't show up, but whose fault is that? Did he not approve the Nord Stream pipeline for Russia to transport oil from Russia to Germany? While killing
it's so
the
accurate.
Pipeline here at home?
Russia doesn't even come to say thank you for the deal for their pipeline. Yeah. In China, they're too busy building coal-fired power plants to come here about the dangers of climate change. So just like the Paris Accord protected their ability to keep growing their coal-powered plants, in Biden's New Deal, even the things that they want to commit to in Paris aren't aggressive enough. They want to make it almost impossible to generate electricity in America and then mandate that we buy things that China is great at due to subsidies and distortions for batteries and solar panels. I mean, they're killing American companies. You look at how that's impacting the supply chain. We got ships piled up at ports. And if we look back at the policies, Donald Trump tried to send this message and correct bad trade policy for a long time. Make more stuff in America. Don't impose a Made in America tax. That's what their plan does.
Yeah. Is there anything we need to know about that's happening this week, Congressman? I know Pelosi's trying to get that vote on the books for tomorrow. How likely is that? And what other catalysts do you see as far as importance?
Well, look, Josh Gottheimer's a moderate from New Jersey. He's trying to focus on issues that are important to people in New Jersey, like salt taxes and high local taxes. Of course, that could be fixed at the state and local level. But the progressives, Jayapal, who leads the Progressive Caucus, Ocasio-Cortez and the Squad, they're saying they're not going to deliver the votes. And I think this is the challenge. If Pelosi thinks that she can force the progressives to fold, she'll put the infrastructure bill on the floor. And the only way that she could deliver the votes really is if Republicans cross the line and give support to this bill. It fails on math, it fails on policy, and it delivers even more bad things. So hopefully all of my colleagues stay off this bill.
All right, Congressman.